Is it a good idea to build new institutions? Some people think we need them. These places go by many names and can sound like good places to live. Some of their nice-sounding names are campuses and farmsteads. Why is there talk about building institutions right now? Because many people with disabilities are waiting to find a place to live in the community. Many of these people need a lot of support and live with their families. Why else do people think we need to build new institutions? Because they think only institutions have the services that some people need. They worry that small group homes cannot give staff the right kind of training and keep them around long enough to help people who have significant disabilities. Some researchers checked on what we know about institutions. They checked on what self-advocates said about institutions, what the research said about institutions, and what U.S. laws said about people living in institutions. The researchers found out that self-advocates are against institutions. Self-advocates have clearly said institutions are not good places for people with disabilities to live. These are the official statements from Self-Advocates Becoming Empowered and the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. For 50 years, researchers have studied people's lives after they leave institutions.
So what does research tell us about living in the community versus living in institutions?
It tells us that people have better lives when they live in the community, when they can participate in their communities like their neighbors do, when they can go to church or synagogue, practice their faith, when they can shop where everybody shops, when they can hang out with their friends in the community, go to the park, all the things that we do in our communities to have a good life. The research tells us that when people with intellectual disabilities have those same opportunities, they have better lives.
It has shown that when people leave institutions, they are happier and more independent, are healthier, and have more choices than people who stayed in institutions. The researchers found 2 U.S. laws that say people with disabilities have the right to live in the community. These are the Americans with Disabilities Act and the U.S. Supreme Court's Olsmtead decision. The researchers found other public policy that said people with disabilities want to and should live in the community. After their work, the researchers said that building small institutions was a bad idea.
Why do you think that that's even on the table at this point, considering we spent so many years trying to close institutions?
The people who are advocating for them maybe aren't as old as you and I and don't remember institutions, and they don't have that experience of seeing what can happen when people with intellectual disabilities are completely segregated from other people.
Instead of building new institutions, the researchers said, we need more supports so that all people can live in the community. This research shows that community supports work better for people with disabilities than institutions.